Hello, welcome to Mentoring with the Masters. My name is Jennifer Kirkendall. I'm the Third Circuit representative for the Young Lawyers Division Board of Governors. In this video, Richard Dellinger of Lowndes, Drosdick, Doster, Kantor Reed is going to be discussing the 9 rules for effective depositions. I hope you enjoy.
Welcome to Mentoring with the Masters. My name is Richard Dellinger, and I will be providing you with 9 rules for effective depositions. Rule number 1, do not waste time. Prepare for your deposition, cover what is relevant, and move on. You generally do not need an extensive work history for a deponent from the time they started working until the present, or a lengthy history of addresses where they might have lived at any time during their life. Many of the preliminary questions that are asked at depositions are unnecessary. Instead, focus on what is necessary, cover what is important, and don't waste time. Rule number 2, be prepared. Read your documents and your exhibits in advance, not at the deposition. Bring enough copies of those exhibits to the deposition. It is not the time to make copies in the middle of a deposition. Know what you want to cover it, and finish. Rule number 3, prepare your witnesses. Prepare your witnesses for what potential questions they might receive and what exhibits they might be asked about. Prepare for your client's deposition as if you were taking it. Ask them the hard questions and listen to their answers. Show them the exhibits that they might see so that there are no surprises at the deposition. Rule number 4, notice your deposition correctly. Your notice needs to identify the place of the deposition, the room where the deposition will be held, the name of the deponent, the time of the deposition, and whether it's videotaped or not. Even after you notice it, make sure your room is lined up. Make sure your witness is subpoenaed. And as a professional courtesy, agree with your opposing party whether your witness will be at your office or theirs, and extend reciprocal courtesies to your opponent. Rule number 5, get your document request right. When you ask for documents at a deposition through a ducus tecum request, remember that Rule 1.350 applies to depositions as well as requests to produce. That means your witness is entitled to 30 days notice before a ducus tecum deposition. Try to get your documents in advance to save time at the deposition. And if you can, try to resolve all objections in advance. Rule number 6, be kind. At depositions, the old adage, honey captures more flies than vinegar, applies. Opposing witnesses usually do not want to speak to you, and a confrontational approach will yield not much information. You will get more information by gentle persuasion and kindness than hostile confrontation. Rule number 7, be professional. Do not do anything at your deposition that you would not do in open court. Your depositions of parties and experts and any other witness is likely to be either shown in court if it's videotaped or read in court if it's transcribed. Do not get upset. Keep your cool, because if you lose your cool, your opponent will make sure that everyone sees it. Rule number 8, do not stop the deposition without getting the court involved. Do not instruct your witness not to answer unless you are asserting a privilege or unless you intend to move for protective order. Rule number 9, do not coach your witnesses. At depositions, the only proper objections are form objections or assertions of privilege. If your opponent wants to know the grounds for your form objections, they will ask you, and you can provide it. Thank you for attending this Mentoring with the Masters. I hope that these 9 rules for effective depositions will help you in your practice.